I want to show you something. So a few days ago, I was going back and forth with AI and I was showing it my methodology to readings, seeing if the line of thinking I was using it was correct. I also showed it the notes that I make for my clients. Obviously, I told it that usually it's a 2-hour call, and then I obviously gave the notes to the client for it to keep. And I asked it one question. With all the knowledge that you know about my expertise and the service I deliver, how much I should be charging. And the response genuinely surprised me. Not because it said I was undercharging, because I already knew that, but because of how it explained why. So it told me the service or the consultation I provide isn't like a generic tarot reading or a bullshit numerology reading. It is more so executive life coaching, with astrology being the fundamental kind of pillar to the service I provide. Before I show you the AI response, I want to show you what my reading actually looks like, because that context actually makes sense on what the response is and why AI gave me that response. So every consultation I do, before I actually get on call, I do about 2-3 hours of me looking at their birth chart, looking at their planetary combinations, looking at the time period they're in, and seeing what the combinations conclude and whether this person should be a lawyer or instead they should be a AI coder in fintech. And so I'm building a complete strategic life path for them before I've even hopped on call. Then there's a 2-hour live session, not a 30-minute call, 2 hours, where I walk through career direction, ideal clients, whether it should be in your home country, whether it should be abroad, whether you're suited to work with others, whether you're not, specific warnings and timings of when career will go up or down. So basically everything. Then after the call, I send the written notes that I've showed them on the Zoom so they can have it for life. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just an investment for the immediate present time. It's for the next 5 years, because what I say is timeless. You can use it in a year, 2 years, or even 10 years from now. So when I showed AI this process and asked how much should I charge, it told me this. So I'm going to put up the actual response and kind of highlight the lines that hit the hardest for me and for you guys, I guess. You are not operating at a standard or professional level. You are operating at an elite Jyotish strategist. It then breaks down why, and then it says most astrologers charge 150 to 200 only for an hour call, where they obviously just tell the personality traits and a few generic predictions like you will have a good year in this year, but not explaining what good things will happen. You're giving them 2 hours of live consulting, a customized written playbook, and predictive timelines. Then it says this, and this is kind of the key. This is not a generic tarot reading. This is executive life coaching disguised as astrology. You need to price it accordingly. It then gives specific numbers for a career reading, $350 at minimum, and then recommended $450 to $600. And then it gives me what it calls a master level warning. And this is about the 2-hour format. It says if I'm giving a client half of my day, if you include prep time, and charging less than $300, I'm working for below minimum wage. And I'm providing more value than what a minimum wage worker does. So I was right. Let me show you what I mean by that, and not speak in generic terms about prices and abstract readings. Last month, I did a career rate reading for someone called John. In the prep work before our call, I mapped out the ideal route he should be going down in terms of career, ideal clients. Then I also said how he would market his business. Then also I told him ideal time periods for business to kick off, and then the warnings about certain people being obstacles in career. And in his 10th house, which is the house of career, Mars and Rahu was in there with Virgo. Now, why this is relevant is because it means body optimization, especially with like a health theme, would be a prevalent theme in his career, and something where if he fulfilled all those, let's say, boxes, or ticked all those boxes, his career would boom. Because once you align your energy with your career, that's when you have hit your ceiling, and that's where you can be making the stupid 7-8 figures. And I hadn't spoke to him yet, even though technically I did because he was a past client, but not about career. And so I built all of this from his chart alone. Then obviously I made a roadmap in terms of the timings and how he should go about marketing his business, etc. And on the call, I told him his exact niche, his exact clients, which would be athletes typically, and his clients would be foreign because of Rahu being an influence on career, his expansion window, which would be between April to September 2026. This is the imminent expansion window. And one warning, a specific type of person causing him trouble and obstacles in career and in life too. And he hadn't told me his job, his career, or anything like that. When I told him what his chart should suggest he should pursue, he then started laughing and says he works for a detox company and he does sales for them. And this doesn't mean he was wrong, but it means he was exactly right. He was just fulfilling the lower octave of what he should be doing. And then at the end of the session, he told me I need to up my prices. And he told me that last call too, but So then when AI tells me the same thing a few weeks later, maybe I just have to listen to AI and my clients. Based on the AI assessment and honestly based on feedback, I am going to be upping my prices. Career consultation, this will be the full 2-hour reading, the notes I prepare, the notes that I give you after so you have it for life. Complete 10th house analysis or career analysis of your chart, current dasha period, current windows that will be the best for you in the imminent future, your ideal client profile, and warnings for the future. So the new price from the 27th of April will be $392. Relationship and soulmate reading, basically the karmic audit, 2 hours live call, your relationship patterns mapped out, partner's psychological profile, timing windows for commitment, remedies, and written notes that you can keep for life. The new price will be $347. And this again will be from the 27th of April. So that's what, 6 weeks? Then the full reading, career, relationship, timings, remedies, the total shebang, $590. And this will be from the 27th of April. Now here's the thing. I'm not going to raise the prices overnight, as I've just said. Prices will remain for another 6 weeks from the 27th of April, but I do have limited spots. So get your booking ASAP, otherwise you will have to pay the new prices. So link in the description, and I would book this week for the current rates. Otherwise the calendar will be full and then you're gonna have to pay the new prices. I want to say this before I go. I'm not trying to share this to brag about what AI has said about me, because at the end of the day, it's not just AI. My clients are saying this, I'm getting tips. I never knew you could get a tip from a reading. And also AI is the most objective that you can be. Obviously people can fake testimonials where people are saying, oh, you should charge more X, Y, Z. You can't fake AI, or I can't at least. I'm not that good with coding, so. And people spend thousands on coaches and they'll give them generic frameworks. Thousands on therapy where they're just circling and giving you archetypes and saying this and that. And they never identify the root cause. And then thousands on courses telling them what to do, but never saying when they should do it or when they shouldn't. What I do is different. I don't tell you who you are. I tell you when to move, when to position yourself, and exactly what's coming for you so you can prepare correctly rather than reacting. The AI called it executive life coaching disguised as astrology. I'll take it. The window in your chart doesn't care about when you're ready. It opens, it peaks, and then it closes. The only question is whether your intuition is good enough for you to know when it is to go and when it is to stay. Link to book in the description, and I'll see you on the live.